My kid actually said, "Stay away from me." I've done a lot of work, but there are blind spots that I cannot see. They're like a grenade. You just press one button and everything would explode even more. Like everything will fall apart. She was in the kindergarten when they took her to the hospital. Very, very sad. She had to keep it down, to stuff it. We didn't know how to help her. Then she stopped drawing. It wouldn't bring her home. She learned how to crochet. She learned how to knit. She did all these things, but she didn't draw. And she forgot her sparkle. It's like, I know who I am. You know, I don't need to prove anything to you, to you, to you. It feels so luscious.
Imagine that you're a Bulgarian single mom with a teenage son who is bursting with creativity. You've been through your own journey of having suppressed your own creative spirit, and now you really want to help others access theirs as well. But anytime you think about approaching anybody about, this is what I do and this is who I am, you feel blocked. This is the challenge that Elica came to our session with. It's the mystery that we're here to solve. What is causing this block? What is the part of her that needs to heal so that she can feel more whole and free to share with others the truth of who she is and how she can help them light up with their own creative spirit? But before we get to the part of Elica that holds that pain that needs to be healed so that the block can be released, we are going to meet some other beautiful parts of her that show up to provide her with wonderful guidance and wisdom, and ultimately also, I think, to prepare her for facing the wounds that are underlying all of this current struggle. Elica starts by telling us the story about how she had suppressed her own creativity for so many years and the shocking and painful event that forced her to confront her true feelings and start her journey towards shining her own creative light. By the way, when she mentions the free offering, she's referring to my free 45-minute course, which lays out all aspects of the Change Light system.
I would connect a little bit through my child when my child was young, because my child was wildly creative, and I just loved the way my kid would go into these journeys with all sorts of materials and all sorts of papers. But then part of me would come like, and my kid is wasting so much paper, and my kid doesn't know how to use these things properly. But it took me a while. It took me to, I would say, a big major event when my kid actually said, "Stay away from me," and that was a shock. And that was shortly after I started looking into the emotions, and as I was doing this, I was tapping into, okay, I want to try these colors, and my kid is no longer using this. What can I do with them? And I would enter this state of flow. And I was like, oh, I want to connect with more of that. I want to connect with people who do crafts and to see what that is about. And it led me to this journey. And one of my struggles, challenges, kind of pain points is when it comes to actually presenting it to others that this is what I do and this is how I can help you or I can support you.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to the, and let me go on another journey.
Oh, honey, I get it.
Yes.
I totally
So,
get it.
and as I was listening to the session between you and Nina, and I was just listening and doodling, and all of a sudden it was like, so who are you? and who is my business, and who are the people that would most benefit from the support that I can offer to them. So yeah, I've done a lot of work, but there are blind spots that I cannot see, and there are parts that just need a little bit more helping hand outside of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to the free offering, all these little parts that were popping in,
Uh-huh.
even
Uh-huh.
though they wouldn't share their name with me, but they were
Okay.
talking about me.
Oh my gosh, they're talking with each other about you.
Yes.
Oh, this is so fun.
And I was like, okay, so who wants to come now? And it's a character I've never met before.
Mm.
So the eyes are in the upper chest, the higher heart, where you would say.
Uh-huh.
But the whole shape of it kind of looks like incomplete infinity sign.
Oh.
So the bubbles from the lower part, they kind of get a bit filtered what goes up towards the
Oh.
eye.
Uh-huh.
So it's like this is the point of filtration. Not everything needs to go out
Yeah.
in such a way. And it
Okay.
has some wings. And I said, okay, what's your name? And it says Sloshy Rocket. It's like, okay, I'll go with that.
Interesting. Sloshy rocket. Just so you know, I never ask to see the person's drawings during a session. Why is that? Because it doesn't matter what I see in their drawings. The only thing that matters is what they see and how they interpret what they've drawn, what's come out of their subconscious. But as you can hear, Elica's drawing is very abstract. Sloshy Rocket is kind of a complicated character. And then in the later characters, we'll hear that they're quite complicated and abstract as well. So in this case, I highly recommend that you go to my website, darklighttruth.com, where you can see the drawings of these parts as they show up in the session. Not to mention, you get to see her beautiful artwork. So we've got Sloshy Rocket. Are there other parts that are showing up right now, possibly including the ones that we're talking to each other?
Shuffle wants to speak. So instead of Shadow, her name is actually Shuffle. She just did this thing. Well, it's not gonna be D, it's gonna be F, and you're gonna stick with it.
Okay.
Because, it's been enough of me trying to conform. And that's the main message, that we're not here to conform.
What does she look like?
Well, she's kind of flowy.
Mm-hmm.
It's, like those squiggly lines. Yeah, it's a little bit like a shell. And then there is the pearl seed in the middle.
What is him? Does she have a face?
No, not a face, but it's just one color, which is
Mm-hmm.
gray.
Mm-hmm.
She tells me which parts need a bit more enhancement and which parts can be transformed.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So she's the one who kind of has her pulse on everything in the shadow, in your
Yeah,
shadow?
yes. So
Okay.
she's very happy that we're where we are right now.
Okay.
Although she's sad,
Yeah.
it feels like she's been holding me for a long, like holding in a sense of mothering holding. Yeah, let me have my tantrums. She feels tired now,
Mm-hmm.
being the holder for this space for so long.
How does she feel being drawn out like this?
She feels held now instead of the
Oh,
other way around,
oh, good.
because there are tears flowing.
Yeah.
But she just tells me to take my tears and bless myself, because, yeah, it's interesting.
She sounds amazing.
Oh, she's incredible. She's incredible.
She sounds like she really loves you.
Yeah. And now she asked me to add some colors to that pearl seed.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
like a purple, a lighter pink. And she actually reminds me that she's been giving me all these prompts lately
Mm-hmm.
with the rainbow pearl
Mm-hmm.
as a way just to tell me that, yeah, it's time to shine. It's time to shine. Yeah, that's what she's saying. It's time to shine. She feels lighter now. Like that weight kind of dissolved. Yeah, she's happy. She would love me to spend more time with her a bit later, but for now she's happy.
Okay.
Such beautiful wisdom that Shafo has for Elica here. We are not here to conform. It's time to shine. And notice how Shafo goes from gray to more colorful and radiant as she is allowed to speak and impart her wisdom to Elica. So Shafo is a beautiful part of Elica's wisdom that's come forward during this session to let her know, hey, I'm here, and I've been here all along. So far we've met Slushy, Rocket, and Shafo, but we have a few more characters that we're going to meet before we finally reach the one that ultimately needs the healing. Next up is Ollie, who's quite cute.
I feel like they're all loving on me today.
Oh. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I don't know who else wants to come.
Okay.
But I'll just invite them in. Ollie, O, and then double L, and then IE. And Ollie is much more energetic and bold. So he moves in a very purposeful way. He's determined. It's very clear. It's very like, yeah, this is what I want, and this is how we're doing it. Yeah, and it's
Here's
like,
what I want.
yeah, stop fretting about the details. You can just write it down. Yeah, Ollie is just stuck. It's like sticking the tongue out. Like, I've been telling you. Ollie. He wants something else to share. And now he's feeling timid. If he speaks up, then there'll be the roar, and he would need to step back again. And that scares him. He doesn't like conflict.
Oh. Okay. So
Sometimes he'll roar if he's been keeping it in for too long. And that scares him too. But he's quite grateful that like there is no longer that screaming on top of the lungs to try and make him heard. Yeah.
So he's had to scream at the top of his lungs in order to be heard?
Yeah.
And he's glad that he doesn't have to do that anymore?
Yeah, but then she would be like, why did you do that?
And who's she?
She's the one with the pencil.
So we've just heard from Ollie, who's very purposeful and driven, but is also really glad that there's no more having to scream at the top of his lungs because he feels heard now. Next up is Blue Wave, and while it may seem like these parts are sort of these random parts inside of her that want their chance to show up and to speak, actually we will soon find out that they all have a connection with one another, and they've all shown up together for a reason.
Blue wave. Yeah, blue wave. It's like a big lens on top.
A lens?
Yeah. Like I'll show you the things that you need to see. She's very happy to be in the background. She's not fighting for space at the front seat. Told me that the background work is as much important as the front work. She's very happy that I brought her here in this place with you, where we can draw and we can talk, and we're just drawing. That's what she wanted to speak about. That lately I've been doing all this work. She wants more fun, like free-flowing drawing, because so far it's been, this is my intention, and then deep dives. And she's like, no, I just want a little bit of time with you to just move the pencil like we used to. There was a time where we would meet every morning, and it will be like, and what wants to come up, what wants to be shown today. Yeah, she misses those times. She misses the time in the moonlight when I would just reach and feel for the pen that was right, or the pencil, and leave it as a surprise till the morning. But she was always right. Blue Wave has something more to add. She's like, it's okay not to say anything. You don't have always to prove whether you're right or wrong. Sometimes it's okay to just shut up. But know that I'm here. I'll hear you. It's not so much if the others would hear you. I will hear you. But also she's very clear when I actually need to speak up so others would hear the words. And that's why she wants me to have a little bit more dates with her in the mornings like we used to.
Okay.
To just help me. So then we'll be in a even more seamless communication. She wants me to know that all these stories I've been telling myself growing up are just stories. The truth has always been with her. I want to thank her. Yeah, because she never let me down. She tells me it's okay.
How does it feel to hear that from her?
It's very peaceful. I have tears in my eyes, but they're very peaceful. Like I'm just in awe. Yeah, just in awe. Like this serenity that I've been looking for. It's always been with me.
The serenity that I've been looking for has always been with me. I just love this moment in a session when people realize this. This is what it's all about. For us to discover that what we seek isn't outside of ourselves, it's inside. The serenity, the peace, the love, the joy, the presence, the healing. It's true for Elica, and it's true for you. It's true for all of us. So far, we've met Sloshy Rocket, Shaffo, Ollie, and Blue Wave. And some of them have had some absolutely gorgeous wisdom and advice to give Elica. But what's the connection between these? Why have all of these shown up right now? Well, Blue Wave is about to explain.
And she tells me she's part of the sovereign.
Oh.
Yeah, like the sovereign is not just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a beehive. Yeah. She actually told me that all of them that showed up today, they are part of this hive. Each one has their specific role. But Shafo is the queen.
Oh.
She's the queen bee, queen pearl.
Oh, wow.
She's the one that connects them all. She'll go and touch whichever one is needed. And they come online to help. That's interesting.
Extremely interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like they all work together. And all three of them are quite happy at the moment.
That's what we want. We want them to be happy.
And they're doing like this wave dance. Oh, I love you guys. You know the big waves on the stadium when one person starts? That's what they're doing right now. It's like,
Oh my God.
and they're having giggles and it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh.
So what Blue Wave just explained to Elica is that Sloshy Rocket, Shaffo, Ollie, and Blue Wave are all parts of her sovereign. Now let me explain. What I've discovered through my work with the drawing out process is that we have within us 3 types of inner struggles, which I call X powers, and that those X powers are just distorted versions of what I call our 3 types of M powers. The 3 M power types are free spirit, impresario, and the sovereign. Remember that earlier Shaffo had said, we are not here to conform. The sovereign is the part of us that knows what is right or wrong for us independently of anything or anyone else. It is the voice of our truth. And so what she just explained is that all of these parts form the beehive of Elica's sovereign, and that Shaffo, as she said, is the queen. The beautiful thing about this is that when I teach about the 3 M-Power types, I basically talk about them as though there's just one of each, just to keep it simple and not too overwhelming. But the truth is that we do have more than one of each type. We can have multiple sovereigns, we can have multiple free spirits, we can have multiple impresarios, and each of them has their own special skill or type of wisdom or thing that they bring to our lives. So what's fun is that Elica's sovereigns have just revealed this truth to her. So now that we've met the sovereign bees in Elica's sovereign beehive, next we'll finally meet the part of her that we will ultimately discover is at the root of her block when it comes to sharing her creative gifts.
Somebody else wants to come, and it's the one who's... And they want a new sketchbook.
A new page. A new sketchbook? Totally new?
A totally new.
Oh.
Because the sovereign had their space.
Oh.
And now it's like it's my turn.
Interesting.
It's my turn to do some messiness and Just scribbling here and there.
Okay.
And they're like, Emily, are you going to ask us what our name is?
I'm speaking to them. Well, I don't know. Elica's done such a good job of actually finding out. But yes, I can ask, what is your name?
We are just Scribbles.
Scribbles.
But
Love
we are
it.
Rainbow Scribbles. Rainbow
Rainbow
Scribbles.
Scribbles.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me your name, Rainbow Scribbles.
We're excited.
Sorry I didn't ask sooner.
It's okay. She's been talking. I mean, she's been handling it very well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's just,
But we wanted to include you.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Oh my God. Thank you so much for including me. I was feeling a little left out. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You have so much energy, but we don't know what to do with it.
Oh,
Can you help us, Emily?
yeah, absolutely. I'm here to help. What's the difficulty of having so much energy? Why is that difficult for you?
Because it's like on top of each other.
Oh,
It's like a mess. Each one of us has a clear definition,
okay.
but we go in different directions. It's lots of us. We're coming into a bowl.
Okay.
A bowl like if a cat's been playing with the yarn and then it gets tangled. We're struggling a bit right now.
Okay.
We want things to be in order, but then it feels like too much.
Yeah.
And we give up.
Oh, okay. So is it like the feeling of overwhelm? Is that one of the feelings that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And overload as well. Yeah. We're like a grenade.
Like a grenade.
Oh, that's new. If you just press one button and everything would explode even more and more.
Uh-huh. So Rainbow Scribbles, am I hearing that you feel like you're really on the edge of exploding? You feel like you're always
Losing it more.
of losing it. Of
More like
losing it.
losing it.
Okay.
It feels like tightness
Mm.
in the throat.
Tightness in the
Yeah.
throat.
Like everything will fall apart.
Like everything will fall apart. Yeah. Have you felt this way for a long time, Rainbow Scribbles?
Very long time.
Very long time. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so here we've reached a core of pain inside Elica, a part of her that feels like it's always on the edge, that feels all tangled up, like these rainbow scribbles that she's drawing, that's really in a lot of pain and wants things to be in order. So, why is this part of her in so much pain? We'll discover that it formed when she was just 5 years old during a very painful and scary experience.
When was the first time you remember feeling this way, Rainbow Scribbles?
When they took her to the hospital, she was in the kindergarten.
Kindergarten. Okay. So what happened when she was in kindergarten? How come she ended up on her way to the hospital?
Oh, she didn't know, but she knew her aunt came in an ambulance. Yeah, they took her to a hospital. All the kids in the kindergarten had hepatitis.
Oh,
So they had to bring them all in the hospital. But then there was no space with the kids, so they put her in a room with adult women, and she didn't know what was happening.
okay.
And she had to stay still for a really long time.
Oh, how come?
And had those needles.
Oh,
Yeah. And she missed her mom, but she could only see her from the window. Those were the rules they had.
those are the rules. Okay.
Only
That is a
the
little.
nurses and the doctors can go in.
Okay, yeah, because they were treating her,
Yeah.
but mommy couldn't come in.
No.
Oh, oh.
And she would watch them, mom, dad, and her older brother. And she wouldn't understand why she can't go home. The women were nice.
Yeah.
They would tell her stories. But she still missed her mom.
Yeah, it's not the same as having her mommy there. And she was going through such a scary experience. And of course, that's when you want your mommy most, right?
Yeah. She had to keep it down. To stuff it.
Oh, to stuff her feelings?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Oh, so that made it even harder.
Yeah.
Oh, poor sweetie. And why did she have to stuff it? Did they tell her she had to keep quiet? What happened?
Because they'll be quiet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't know these people.
Yeah.
And they would turn the lights off at night. And she didn't know how long she'll be there for.
And how did you feel seeing her go through that? Rainbow Scribbles.
Very, very sad. We didn't know how to help her.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I bet you felt powerless.
Yeah.
Because what could you do?
Yeah. Then she stopped drawing. It wouldn't bring her home. And when we showed up later, she was drawing. It wasn't appropriate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who said it was inappropriate?
Her mom.
Oh.
Yeah, it was naked bodies.
And how old was she when she was drawing the naked bodies?
She was about 7. She wanted to practice her skills of drawing the human body, male and female, but naked. So that's what upset her mom.
So she had to stop doing something that brought her joy.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. How did that feel to see that happen?
Well, it was scary. Like, what did I do wrong? But then she started comparing herself with the way her mom would draw, or the way her big brother would draw, and she would put herself down.
And she would put herself down.
She would call for us
Mm-hmm.
because she wanted to meet us,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't want to show her.
Why didn't you want to show up?
Too painful.
Because of all the pain that had become connected with drawing, that
Yeah.
the act of drawing had taken on so many painful memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you were trying to protect her.
Yeah.
From that pain, from having that pain again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she turned into reading. She learned how to crochet. She learned how to knit. She did all these things, but she didn't draw. And she forgot her sparkle.
Okay, are you hearing the dots connecting with what Rainbow Scribbles has just shared with us? Elica, when she was just 5 years old, had to go into the hospital by herself when she was sick, away from her mommy. It was a very scary experience. She ended up stuffing her feelings. She stopped drawing, which she loved to do. And then when she went back to drawing later on, her mother told her it was inappropriate because she was drawing naked bodies, which she was only doing because she just wanted to get better at her artistic skills. So you can hear why Elica has had this very fraught relationship with her own creativity and with the act of drawing, because it's connected with so much shame and criticism and suppression and pain. Can you also understand why Elica now, as an adult, struggles with sharing her creativity with others and with helping others to open up their own creative spark? It's all starting to make sense, isn't it? So now that we've solved this mystery, how do we go about healing this pain so that Elica no longer has this block? As I ask Rainbow Scribbles some key questions, listen as they start to change shape.
Well, so I'm curious about if you were to be allowed to just express yourself without any fear, without any worry, if you could just like show up in all of your beautiful brilliance and light and rainbow colors and everything, and you were just totally sorted out, what do you think you would look like, just for fun? Let's just pretend. How do you think you would appear if you didn't have any of this old yucky fear inside?
Maybe like fireworks in the sky.
Fireworks in the sky. Yeah. Tell me about that. How does that feel? Wow.
Maybe like magical and mystical.
Magical and mystical.
Yeah. Probably like one big firework.
Wow.
We come from the center and we go out.
Oh.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. That's fun. We turned into a big fuzzball.
Nice.
Oh.
How are you feeling, Rainbow Scribbles?
She wants to squish us. She wants to tickle us. And she wants, because we have all these fluffs going on, she just wants to run her hand over our...
Oh.
We want to give her the sparkle now.
Good. Yes. Rainbow Scribbles, I'm thinking you're a big part of her sparkle. I don't know. What do you think?
We are. Are we? Are we?
It's kind of looking like it. It's not for me to decide. But I gotta say, it sure sounds like you have so much light. Exuberant, happy, joyful, sparkly light.
Yeah.
That you shine, that you can shine.
More sparkles.
More sparkles.
I guess we are. We are her sparkles. That's so much fun.
That is so much fun. Yes.
Now we look like a rainbow hedgehog.
Oh, rainbow hedgehog. I love it.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's why we wrote, to protect. Because we're the rainbow hedgehog. But we didn't want anyone to see our underbelly. So we rolled in a ball. So only the spikes would be out. But we're happy now. Thank you, Emily.
Oh, you're so welcome. And is your new name Rainbow Hedgehog?
Rainbow hedgehog, yeah. Even though the spikes are out, they're more like ticklish and fluffy, and they're more like this invitation to just touch it and feel it and giggle with it.
Good.
But we also want to go to the grenade.
Okay.
Because the scribbles, they want to be connected. The grenade turned into a multicolored apple.
Really?
Yeah.
Go for it. Have you drawn it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
We just need to add the leaf.
Okay. And the morning, drawing that she's going to be doing with, I think it's Blue Wave. Is that a good time for her to connect with you as well?
Oh, that will be very good. Yes.
Oh, good. So that can be the time when you all get to talk with her and ask her questions and feel really paid attention to and cared for.
Yeah.
And you can care for her too. It sounds like you really do want to care for her too.
We love her. We'd like to help her.
Yeah.
Because she's been holding it together for so long. So we can be with her during that time and bring some sparkle. Those morning times would be good.
Morning times will be good. Yeah, those magical morning times. It's like her magical mornings, She can do her drawing.
Yeah. She's totally magical. We want her to remember that.
She's totally magical.
We feel more in charge.
Oh.
Yeah. But more in charge how we will act. Rather than react.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go play with Blue Wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Have fun playing with Blue Wave.
Yeah.
It's excellent. I have a feeling you're going to cook up some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. Just watch out.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Emily. We're very, very happy now.
Oh, isn't it just delightful to listen to the giggles and the sparkles and the joy emanating from Rainbow Scribbles now, who's become a rainbow hedgehog, an exploding kind of firework energy? Oh, just delicious. I love it. So now that it sounds like Rainbow Scribbles has finished sharing what they want to share, it's time to go back to talking to Elica and see what she has to say about the whole experience.
Wow, I haven't cried like this for a while, but it's not like tears of powerlessness when they're just pushing through. These were more like, oh, she sees us. She sees us. Yes. And she speaks for us. Yeah. I feel very loved by them. I feel honored that they decided to come today. The rainbow hedgehog and rainbow scribbles, rainbow apple. Yeah, that's like a shapeshifter there. It's more the playful shape-shifting, like, oh, I get to be this and I get to be that and I get to be, rather than the shape-shifting that happened before, trying to conform. So that's when they will shape-shift into whoever they thought the other people wanted them to be. But now it's like, oh, and I can be this, and I can be that, just for the fun of it.
Yes. I'm just checking in to see where everyone is. Like, how's Sheffo? I don't know, maybe even how's...
Shafo, she's good.
She's good?
I've
Yeah.
given her enough time. Like, I've poured so much love into her.
Uh-huh.
So she's, yeah. Slushy Rocket is like, I told you.
Oh, Sloshy Rocket. And how's Ollie?
Ollie wants a little bit more. Now that, thank you for asking, Emily.
Sure.
Feeling better. And looking at stop fretting about the details, it's like I told you, you can trust your knowing. Thank you, Ollie.
Okay.
Blue Wave is happy.
Oh yeah, Blue Wave, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She's happy. She's happy there. They'll get together. She'll get together with Ollie and with Shuffle. They'll get in the sovereign
Good.
headquarter.
Love that, the Hive. That is genius.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And what became clear now with our time together is one, because there were so many different aspects of my wild creativity that they just developed their own unique persona.
Yeah. Yeah, they have.
But then I would be, yeah, because I was so focused on surviving.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful that I had the insight that I need to change when that kind of separation between me and my child was so abrupt, but also bringing them all together, and they're each one of them are very, very happy. Yeah. And they no longer also fight with each other, who's gonna be more in my field.
Right.
They're happy that there'll be time for each one of them to commune with me.
Yes.
I trust whichever one would be most helpful would show up.
Yes, yes. They know what they're best suited for you, so they'll just show up. They know their own jobs. You can trust them. You don't have to figure that out. Like, it's just all about trust. Yeah. Yeah.
Really, really feel loved by them.
Nice.
I just want to bask in their
Good.
love.
Then do it. Just to go for it. And just take your time and breathe it in. Feel it. Just let yourself fill with it.
Yay!
Yay! And we're not even done yet. I've got a couple more things to do, because then I think you're going to feel really good.
So what do you think? Does Elica sound better than she did before? Does she sound happier and more joyful? Yes, indeed. And I love what she says about how they all know these parts inside of her. They know that they don't have to compete with one another anymore. They can be in harmony with each other because they know that she is going to listen to them and honor the wisdom and the energies that they have for her. So now that we've talked with Rainbow Scribbles and heard from all those other various parts of her sovereign beehive, it's time to guide Elica to thank these parts of her, starting with Rainbow Hedgehog and Rainbow Apple. And let's hear how they respond to her gratitude.
How did Rainbow Apple and Rainbow Hedgehog respond to that?
Oh, they're like, yeah, about time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Yeah. Hmm.
Did they change it all? Just giving you a chance if you feel like redrawing them, or no? It's up to you.
No, they just want to come together. You know,
Okay.
these images of hedgehogs that carry apples.
Oh no! I
You have the hedgehog kind of walking on the ground, and then there's an apple on top, just stuck to the needles. So they just want to come
Oh.
together, but they're
Oh.
okay for now. They
Oh, you know, like the apple's like stuck on it on like
yeah,
the
kind of like,
spikes or something. Oh
yeah,
my
that's
god.
like my nourishment is always with me, kind of thing, you know.
Oh, that's
Um,
so freaking cute.
yeah, so
Good. Okay, so they're good.
they
Yay.
are, they're like, "Ooh."
Next, she thanks her sovereigns in the hive. Let's hear how they respond.
They're looking at me with this mothered look of loving, like really
Ooh.
deeply loving.
Oh, wow. Ooh, how does that feel for you?
I feel so held and a bit braver and bolder,
Yeah.
because I know no matter what, they are with me, and they're continuing to guide me. Um, there's a deep relax in my body.
Braver and bolder because she knows that they're there for her. Yes, indeed. They are her sovereign team supporting her now. And finally, I ask if she wants to thank Sloshy Rocket, and she says, nah, Slushy Rocket doesn't need to be thanked, but she does have a technique that she wants to share with Elica.
Oh yeah, she just told me a practice right now that I can do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Thank you, Slushy Rocket. Yeah, thank you. Which is just to sit and kind of spend a minute or two just kind of rocking in a circle or a spiral.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
yeah. She would love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to say here, like, some of these parts have such incredible moxie. I don't know if you know that word, but they're just so like bold and brave and unapologetic
Mm.
in what they know. And I just want to say that's you.
Mm.
That's you. That's really, they're your truth.
Yeah.
That power is your power.
Yeah.
That's who you are.
And they're very clear on what they bring to the table.
Yeah, they're so clear. And that's your clarity.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's yours.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Yeah, seriously. It is like woohoo. It's so exciting. It's so fun to be like, oh, they already know.
Mm.
I just need to turn to them or just let them speak through me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It makes life so much easier. Honestly, it's like so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that Elica has thanked these parts of her and she's starting to really absorb the power they have for her, it's time to explain to them that it's okay. They don't have to keep doing that job anymore. They don't have to keep feeling that way anymore. That they can let it go. Most of them accept this, except one. One is a little like, are you sure about that? And that's Rainbow Scribbles. So let's see how we navigate our way through Rainbow Scribbles' skepticism.
What is Rainbow Scribbles afraid would happen if you were to really let go of going into that just overwhelm and overload?
She'll have to do all the grown-up things.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, like, making sure things are tidy. Certain things that, I don't want to deal with.
Uh-huh.
They just can stay in the corner there, and eventually I'll get to them. They are more concerned that that would be left on their shoulders. That they'll have to go at it alone.
All right. So in a way, they're like, but if I let this go, then I actually have to take responsibility for things and I won't have a way of like
Chilling, like,
chilling
and relaxing and having all the fun things.
and having all the funds. Are they part of a part of your internal system that is able to like help you recognize when it's like you really do need to rest and relax? Okay.
Yes, to
So
tell me,
yeah,
step back a bit.
they've been serving a really good purpose for you, but the way they've been going about it doesn't work for you anymore.
No.
How could they communicate with you that would feel good for you? How can they, like, whether it's tap you on the shoulder or sort of give you a hug or something that would be an indication to you, like, okay, I hear you. I need to slow down.
A hug would be nice.
A hug would be nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Just to say, hey, girl, take it easy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
they tell me also that they can touch my face.
They can touch your face.
Yeah, to just
Mm.
get my attention.
Okay.
I like both, but the hug is for when it's a little bit out of the rails too much.
Mhm.
Just stop me and be like, "Hey, girl, we're here."
Yeah, like maybe if you're not really paying enough attention to their touching your face,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
at that
that's
point
like
you're
the
like,
next step.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, good. So we have a system here now. We have a process. It's
yeah,
gonna be like first, number one, touch your face.
yeah,
If she ignores us, number two. We're gonna-
yeah.
So basically, what we learned is that Rainbow Scribbles have been trying to protect Elica and get her to slow down and relax by sending her into states of overwhelm. But we also learned that that really doesn't work for Elica. And so, since Rainbow Scribbles has seen itself as having this job, then it's just a matter of, okay, going, yeah, this is really great that you're trying to get her attention and get her to slow down and take care of herself. But let's see if we can find a different way of doing that. So, we're not taking that job away from Rainbow Scribbles, we're just helping it find a different way of doing it that feels better for Elica. So, let's find out how Elica feels now about this new approach.
Oh, how does that feel for you?
It feels really good. Yeah, I feel tingles all over my body. Really, the tingling goes from the top of my head to my feet, which is a connection to the higher realms, which I would call, but also a connection to the ocean. That's my go-to place. But now it's flowing more freely. There is vivaciousness.
Oh,
Yeah, and sassiness comes to mind. It's like I know who I am. Sassiness.
yes.
I don't need to prove anything to you, to you, to you. I have a new image,
Okay.
but I love it. It's a big spiral and a baby spiral, and then lots of baby spirals around it. like, yay. Yeah. Oh, gosh. It feels so luscious.
Oh, good. Good.
I want to thank them
Okay.
because all this time, when I was working intentionally,
Uh-huh.
they've actually been guiding me to develop the skills that I needed very
Yes.
lovingly
Yes.
and
Yes.
very patiently. So I want to
Yes.
thank them for that. You've been spot on all the time, team.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, so many things we can do together, and it's like, wow.
Yes.
It's the wow.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Ah, yes, so many things we can do together. Elica's got her team, she's got her sovereign hive. Actually, she calls them all her rainbow hive now. And they are here to support her and love her and help her shine her creative sparkle into the world and to inspire others to find theirs. That's what this is all about. She is now more empowered to live her truth with sassiness and joy. About a week after our session, Elica and I reconnected to find out how she was feeling and what changes she had noticed. She said she's really noticed a change in her ability to speak her truth. She's had to have some tough conversations and has had some tough realizations about the people in her life, but she was really amazed at how she could be so much more forthcoming and less fearful with them. She said it feels very liberating and very easeful. She said it just comes out. There's no ruminating, no rewriting in my head, and that's due to the work I've done with you. She said that Blue Wave has been letting her know when to express and when not to express. She also added more to the drawings that she did in the session to really make them more complete. And she said that Rainbow Hedgehog has gotten some gilding. He's more golden now. Then about 3 months after our session, I reconnected with her again, and she shared some amazing breakthroughs she's had with her creative pursuits. She also sent me images of an incredible art piece she created using the drawings from our session. She said, "I am all about having all parts welcomed at the table. This is celebrating them all as well as truly receiving them as the blessings that they are." And they are. Every part of us is a blessing. Every part of us is part of our power, of our light, of our truth. So the journey is simply to rescue those parts of us that have just fallen into darkness, that are stuck in fear and pain and struggle, and bring them back to light, to life, to harmony, so that they can work with us and for us and help us shine our light more beautifully, sparklingly, and colorfully than ever before. That's what Elica's doing now, and the same can happen for you. You can see the drawings from this session at darklighttruth.com. If you enjoy Dark Light Truth, please give us a review and share about us on social media. We would love the support, and it helps us have a bigger impact. If you want to learn how to draw out your own inner struggles, take our free 45-minute course at community.changelight.world. If you're interested in private sessions of the drawing out process with me, go to changelight.world/coaching. If you'd like to receive training in the drawing out process, please contact me directly at emily@changelight.world. The drawing out process is not therapy, and I am not a licensed therapist. I developed this work myself, and I am its exclusive owner and guide. Whether you are a seeker or practitioner, please respect that this is my proprietary work and it must be properly led in order for it to be fully effective. Do not try to do this process on your own. Thanks.
She's telling me to blow my nose properly.
She is. They
So
really do all take care of you in different ways, don't
they
they?
do. But I can put the mic on a silent for a moment so I can do it.
Yes, of course.